would like to remind everyone that this show is brought to you by the Dolphin Wars.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to King Dolphin TV, episode 236. I am Raymond, author of the Dolphin Wars series of books and ruler of the greatest pod in YouTube. And I'd like to welcome you all to the stream. Tonight, it's interview night, and I am pleased to have the return of Adam Pask of Dancing Dog returning to the pod. As you know, Adam is a professional contemporary All right, here we go. Semper Gumby, as it is. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it looks like it froze just for a moment, but that's all right.
Yeah, Gumby is tempering. Well, it's good to have you on again, Adam.
Yeah, likewise. Good to see you, Raymond. It's a pleasure. Thank you for the invite again.
Oh, you're most welcome. And before we get going,
sure.
One thing before we get going, while I still can, before Gumby decides it's going to raise its
That's right.
If you like what we're doing here, please like and subscribe and show people that you really like the content here. Also, if you are so inclined, please as soon as I can get okay, there goes this. Well, as soon as I can get to pin the yes, and if you are so inclined, the tipping stream that's linked to the tips is pinned to the top of the chat. Please, if you are so inclined, tip the channel. This will go to keeping Snortopupus in his walrus meals, and also for helping us out on prepping for PodCon. We have some dates, we've got a location, and we have a venue. So PodCon is coming together. So I will tell you more about that in show notes. Yes, Dolly. So let me welcome the chat that we have so far.
Right.
And then we will get started.
Sounds good.
All right, we have Dalek 451. Hello, Dalek. How are you?
Hello.
We have my amazing wrenches. We have
nice.
We've got Legatus Legionii, the first one in, the last one out. And we got the hardest working bear on the internet, Snortopupus Q Burr. And of course, my producer, Queen Dolphin herself, Sandra, the one who keeps me sane.
Hi, Sandra.
Keeps me sane and keeps this madness, keeps method to the madness.
That's right.
Yep. All right. So we will get started. So what's been the, let's go back. I'm going to do a little. For those who wasn't here before, just give us a little background. to yourself and what is your artwork?
Yeah. Well, I was a native to Virginia for about almost 40 years. And before we presided in Georgia, well, we're actually still in Virginia now from a couple of moves. But we had a dog food store, and from that, it stemmed into doing portraits. The store was in the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia, out in Winchester. And after a few years of doing that, I have a slight art background. So I started doing portraits for people at the store. They'd bring in, some photos, and I would do commission-based portraits. And then it just took off. And now it's been about 9 years of doing portraits on the side with my full-time job. I'm a repair technician for European cars, basically. And so, yeah, I juggle the two. But yeah, the portraits has kind of been a hobby of mine for a while. Pretty much will do anything from pet portraits to people, and it's basically whatever the customer wants. But or the sizes. But yeah, they're all hand drawn. Using colored pencils. I try to use high-end quality products and stuff that I've kind of experimented with over time. I've tried to pick the best stuff just so the quality, stands out, and it'll last for a while. So, but yeah, that's basically it in a nutshell.
All right. Let's see. Okay. So, have you thought about this was a new one? Have you thought about using like iPads and?
Oh yeah, yep. Before I started doing that, I took a few courses airbrushing. That's also another avenue I want to go down, but I'm not really set up because you kind of need like a backdraft for it just to kind of absorb all the paint and stuff that's in the air because it's you're spraying it. But yeah, that's one avenue I'd like to kind of focus on also. But the drawing is just pretty much that's been the most prevalent of my work, or the most dominant part. Basically, it's that's what keeps me busy pretty much. And yeah. So I've tried oil painting also, but I have some friends, followers and stuff that do the same thing I do. And some are oil painters. And I guess it's just kind of how you've tried and trued your technique to, what works best for you. That's really what it comes down to, is honing your skill. And
right.
Yeah, you can always, for me, I've learned to just kind of blend the mistake in. If I find a mistake, I just work it into my picture. And that's been the biggest thing for me, is to try to, instead of starting over and wasting stuff, I just take a break, set it down, go back to it, and then go back over it.
Sort of like a la Bob Ross. They're not mistakes.
Yeah. I think about it later. It's such a big deal in the moment when you start doing it, and then a week, 2 weeks later, when you're still, working away on it, then it's like, it's going good. So it's always starting the process. The starting process is the hardest, but because people always ask me if I freehand draw everything, I usually just get the picture and draw what I see. I usually just start with the eyes, get the perspective with the eyes and the nose, and then just work in like a counterclockwise or clockwise process. And just freehand draw. Just start in the center of the paper, get it centered, and just go from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, on the average, how long does a project take you?
I'd say on the average, my most common size that I've been doing is probably like 12 inch by 16 inch. And they probably take anywhere from 20 to 30 hours, I'd say, on the average. Yeah. So it's a lengthy process. I don't know. Let's see. One of the few that I'm working on right now. Let's see if you'll be able to see it. This is a Weimar.
Oh,
So that one's kind of in the making, but I don't know how good you can see it. But yeah,
we can see it.
it's been pretty. It's been a couple of weeks on that, but yeah, it's probably a 16 by 20, so it's pretty big. A friend of mine's dog that passed away before he moved back home, but yeah, so they vary in size, but yeah, it's just one of those things. I can just work on them at night or on the weekends. I try to go in between jobs and stuff to work on them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a beautiful picture, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm sure you have some others you can show off.
Yeah.
Let's see. And since we've gotten the update, and now you're still, have you taking these out to like show at like craft shows or vendor type things?
Not fully yet, just because I'd like to. I've been approached before, especially when I had the store. I'd like, since these are usually, most of them have been commission portraits, I basically have to get the authorization from the customer to sell their, the picture. But if it's not a commission portrait, I have a few that I've done prints of a bulldog in Georgia, because the Georgia Bulldogs are really popular.
Yeah.
And so I usually, when the Florida play every year and the championships, well, the last 2 years, they were, I was able to sell a couple of the Bulldog prints and stuff. So yeah, that's down the road. That's kind of what I'd like to do, is get more prints and stuff to be able to go to those crafts, those places where I can actually market it and sell it. Yeah, that's a long-term goal.
Okay, I'm going to let the chat have at you.
Sure.
Let's see. There's your Facebook page. And what's this one? KAWS. I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah, it's my personal email.
Oh, okay.
Why I guess it's showing my personal email.
Well, we'll take
it. Kind of weird.
Smart says, "Hello, Adam."
Hello. How are you?
Yeah. All right, and now we got to the first question. Can Adam do a portrait of Slapshot? Oh no, I know where this is going. Can Adam do a portrait of Slapshot or just puppy dogs?
I can do dogs, but yeah, Slapshot, I'd have to get a little bit more description what they're referring to in that.
Slapshot is a ferret, and he's
much smaller than a dog. Yep.
And you have to doing Slapshot in one or both of his.
There you go.
Wall climbing over the barrier. No, that was Brandy. And the famous wet T-shirt one. No,
that's hilarious.
Yes, that's one we will not forget a long time.
Yeah, if they have a photo, and I can use it as a reference photo. Yeah.
Yeah, getting him to stand still is the part.
Right.
Stand still in a pose is the tough part.
Yeah, that's the tricky part, right?
Yep. This is a good one from Legatus. Outside of animal portraits, have you done any caricatures of your subjects?
No, I've seen a lot of people do that, and it's actually kind of interesting that you say that, because I've thought about doing caricatures. Yeah, it'd be fun to do that, but yeah, I haven't really tried that. But yeah, it's pretty popular, especially if you like people do that at like wedding parties and stuff. That's actually a really good suggestion. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah. People do that with airbrushing too. I've seen, at the beach, you see those guys set up and they'll do that very thing using airbrush on t-shirts and stuff. Yeah. So it's pretty popular. I guess it's just where you're. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and then this link here is the progress shot. Here, let me show.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah, there you go.
Off the
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one happy little dog.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So primarily animals, and you're thinking you may do some character drawings.
Yeah, I know in the past, one of the customers from the store, one of the customers had their husband was in a band, and I was able to do the husband, and while he was not playing per se, but yeah, I did that. That was a portrait. Unfortunately, I don't have that one here. It's on my Instagram page, but
okay.
Yeah.
Sandra says that looks like one happy dog. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you.
You can see the nose mouth stage. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. How's your dog doing, Raymond?
Huh?
How's your little dog doing? It's
Snoopy's fine.
Yeah.
Snoopy's fine. He's causing mayhem as usual, stealing trades, bagging trades, etc. So yep, he's doing
normal, right?
Yep, a normal terrorizing. Let's see. With all your work on animal portraits, is it true that over time the pet and owner begins to look similar, or is that just a myth?
I've heard that too. It's kind of funny, but no, it's I guess the traits of the animal or the person kind of mimic each other. I guess that's kind of the way I would look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because don't they say that about your spouse? You guys look. I guess it just depends on what you're comparing it to.
Yeah. Let's see. Hello, Comic Relief Crusader, and how you doing?
Hello.
Yeah. Snoopy's on his bed.
Crashed out.
He's eaten enough today.
Oh, I'm sure.
Snorter Poopa says, "What a snoot."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ziva, our little dog, is basically at my feet right now. She's crashed out.
Of course.
Yeah.
Snorty. Somebody was doing my portrait, but she disappeared in the middle of the scene. I wonder why, Snort.
That's right.
Wonder why. Okay, so as we're gathering questions, do you have any more of your work?
Yeah, let's see. Let me grab there's a kitty cat that I'm doing too. This one is almost done. I got to do the background for it.
Oh, wow.
Basically lying on its side. So yeah, that one is coming
on. It's so lifelike.
Oh, thank you. And then let's see. Got another one. This one I have to finish up details on, but it's coming along too. That's a 12.
What dog is that?
I think it's a cockapoo mix. I don't want to butcher it. Yeah, I know it's a mix, but yeah, I was doing this for a friend. Yeah, let's see. I might have shown you this one before, but this is one of the bulldog prints that I did to see. This is hold on, the reflection. Yeah, it's under
so
plastic,
cool.
so it's kind of hard to see it. Let's see.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's a bigger one. And then let's see. Move this for a second. Let's see what else. They're not really set up very well right here.
No, don't worry about it.
Yeah, and then this is one that's almost done. I gotta stick it in the mail. It's a terrier. Yeah, it's a 12 by 16. You get sorry about the glare, but you get it from it's in like a laminate.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then there's one more cat. This is actually our cat, but I haven't finished him yet. Let's see if this one comes up.
Just a little bit up. Just bring. Oh, he is a handsome critter.
Yeah, he's 3/4 of the way done, but yeah, he's basically was lying on a stairwell at our old house and snapped a photo. And yeah, those are some of the ones that I have basically working on now. So it's
draw like one of your French poodles, okay? And someone says, I thought that was Winston Churchill for a second.
There you go. That resembles. That's funny.
Why? My chat is very, very funny. Leganis asks, are most portraits of just the pet, or is a background optional? And are there set backgrounds that you use? What was in the original picture, or something the client wanted done? That's a good question.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Most of the time, I usually ask the customer if they want a particular background. Most of the time, they actually say they don't want a background. The cat, I'm actually just going to do kind of like a solid color background, and that they wanted on that. But yeah, funny, it's most of the time it's no background. It's just really of how the customer wants it. So if they want me to add something, I can add something. But yeah, it's really just whatever the request is when I set it up.
Okay. Now, when you I see the bigger prints. Have you actually tried to go like postcard style, or is that something you do through you do the big one first and then reduce it?
Yeah, I've done that. That's probably the easiest way. You just have to something that's, I guess, I'm not sure what size it would matter when you compress it that much, if it would distort the image. I guess you would have to use, make sure it's in the JPEG or PDF, not too familiar on how the transition would work between the two, but you would definitely have to use one of those programs for, if you use like iPad or a Mac, and I just can't think of the name right now. The one drawing program that I have on an iPad, but you can do it. But yeah, that's probably what I would do to be the easiest, rather than redrawing something smaller on a postcard. Just shrink it.
Okay. Now, okay, just lost my train. So, do you sketch? I don't know if we asked this before, but do you sketch your drawings out first, or heavens forbid, trace the drawings on a on a canvas before you paint, or do you just go paint to canvas?
The only part I really actually draw is I'll just getting the perspective set up as far as like the eyes and the nose. Once I get that set up on the page, then I really just grab if the color of the animal is gray, majority of it's gray and white, I'll go in with the white first and then do a background layer and then just start adding, the darker tone in. Because it's much easier to start out light and add darker colors versus starting out dark and adding light. You can't do it reverse like that because you'll basically ruin the drawing. It's just much better I just start out light and try to match it with the photo as best as possible. Just through like color matching, I'll just test a couple different colors and then try to match it as best as possible, and then just keep adding to it as I go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Legatus also asks, do you also offer the customer the electronic version locked so it can't be altered, or just the final product on paper, postcard, poster, etc.?
The customer actually gets they get the original, so they get the hand drawn portrait. So I'll make a copy if it's okay with them, just to have a print for like a portfolio, but that's really all I keep. Yeah, digital photo and then maybe a printed copy from like a print store or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Cobalt says it's easier to go big to small versus small to big.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's like it's a lot easier for me to just do big portraits. I mean, the smallest I've probably worked on is, I'd say, an 8x10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nothing. Everyone's pretty much. It's either usually been between 8x10 or 12x16. I'd say in the last 9 years, I've had. I don't know. I'd say probably maybe over a dozen that have been over 16x20. I've only had maybe 4 portraits that have been 18x24, and they took me. The last one I did, it was 18x24. It was about a 1.5-year process, approximately.
But at the same time, you're not spending all your time on one. You're going. Right. You're doing a little bit here, a little bit there, and a little bit there.
Exactly. Yeah, because it can be kind of tedious. It'll put me to sleep before I can actually finish it. Because it's just it's relaxing. So
yeah,
after a long day at work, standing on my feet, probably 10 plus hours, it's once I sit down, my body's way too relaxed to kind of draw for 3 or 4 hours. So
Cobalt says resolution reference. If he scanned a small painting and went big, would get a lot of pixelation.
Yep. Yeah, some of that stuff, that's definitely what we were talking about. It will, I guess, also the medium, if you were painting, so the paint is real blotchy, you don't really have fine paint strokes, it would, I guess it just depends on the medium that you're using. I haven't really tried it too much, but with the drawing, I've used just a few print shops in the past, and they've just usually take like a digital photo, or I send them a digital photo that I have, and they can usually, with Photoshop or a couple other programs, they can usually take the pixelation out. They'll usually see that before they make a print. At least that's what they've done for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, so I get my question back.
Yeah.
Legata says, are you saying that instead of counting sheep, you draw yourself to sleep?
Yeah. Some nights, yeah, it feels like that. Yeah, just you got to take a break for sure. I usually get to a stopping point, and then if I feel good about it, and I'll keep going. Otherwise, I usually just take a break. Yeah. Excuse you.
Hello, doggy.
Saying hello.
Hello, doggy. Like I said, Snoopy, I can't see him past the screen, but
Right.
I'm sure he's unconscious in his food coma.
Yeah, both of the cat and the dog. The cat's over here sleeping, and the dog's underneath the table.
Oh, okay.
They're in their food comas. Yeah, Z really didn't eat last or this morning too good, so she kind of went all day. She wasn't feeling too good, but now she seems to be back to herself. Luckily.
Oh, okay. Snort. That's how I go to sleep. I count sheep until they're all gone. Food comas are wonderful things. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the detail on your photos is just so amazing.
Oh, thanks, Raymond.
I'll
have to do Snoopy.
We'll send you. We actually had one. We actually had someone from Chewy took a picture of Snoopy, and or we sent them a picture of Snoopy, and he came out with a beautiful photo of him.
Oh, cool!
Beautiful portrait. If Sandra can bring it and put it over by the couch, I'll show it to you.
Nice.
Yeah, but the detail on it's just sometimes you can almost look at it. It seems like a photo.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't have split screens on my end anymore for whatever reason. It's.
All right.
Let's see.
No, I did that.
Oh yeah, that's what I figured.
Okay.
There you go. That's all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's like what, an 8x10 or something?
Huh?
Is it?
Yeah. Sally, one of our other ferrets. Yeah, I see the laminate. Really.
Yeah, the glare. Yeah, that's cool. It's like probably an 8x10 or 8x.
No, it's a 5x6.
Yeah, wow, it's kind of tiny. Yeah.
Yeah. And evidently, one of the ferrets was going after his foot. So that's why you've got the look there. Yeah, I mean,
that's
sure.
funny.
If you want to, if you don't mind doing a Snoopy, we could send you a picture, and if you don't mind doing a Snoopy, we can.
Oh yeah. I think last time you sent, I might still have. I think I saved some on my iPad that I have. I'll have to send it to you just to make sure that's the right one. And yeah, I'd be happy to.
Sure, thank you. So, do you have any more, or is that pretty much all you've got available right now?
Yeah, right now, that's. Yeah, I think that's all I have right now. Unfortunately, I don't have any more. Yeah, the last two I mailed out about 3 weeks ago. So.
Yeah. And you primarily draw. Your artwork is primarily on canvas, right?
It's this paper actually called pastel mat. So it's almost like poster board, but it's got a little thickness to it. So yeah, it's not too flimsy, but yeah, it's pretty. I'd say it's maybe like a 1/16 of an inch or just over, probably thickness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Jackie Kraus.
Hey, Jackie, how are you? She's a good artist.
Oh, yeah? Well, maybe I have to bring her on.
Yeah, she's a great painter.
Oh, yeah? Hey, Jackie, put your information in the chat. I'd love to interview you, a la what I'm doing now.
Exactly.
Let's see. Write that down here. Let's see. So you don't do the canvas type.
No. Yeah,
Is it because of cost or ease?
no, just for the colored pencils, the medium I use, it's much better to use that. Canvas is more for either airbrush, oil painting, acrylic, yeah, any paints, because it's not like a mesh, but canvas. Jackie could actually explain it to you much better, probably, but yeah, the canvas is more like a no, it's not really wallpaper, but it's more fibery too. From far away, it actually, you can. I feel like you can see less distortion in it versus when you're looking at it really close.
Okay. So it's more like the ease of the.
Yeah, exactly.
She says texture. Okay.
Exactly. Thank you for that's the word I needed.
So, okay. And I know the difficulties of airbrushing because on my one of my few attempts to airbrush, I actually had an airbrush and a
Nice.
pump, and it was a pain. It was a pain. I just couldn't get past the fumes.
Yeah,
And
it's tough because if you use like a watercolor base paint, that's pretty normal. What people do on T-shirts, any clothing, or even when I did the airbrushing, they all almost use the same type of paper that I'm using the drawings on, the pastel mat. It's kind of like got like a velvety finish, so it'll absorb the paint. It doesn't really bleed too much if you're using paint. But airbrushing too, you have to make sure that the tips of the needle that is letting the paint flows over the needle as it's mixed with the air out. And if the tips are dirty or have dried paint, it'll ruin the spray pattern. So that can be really tricky, especially if you're doing tiny stuff. It's definitely a skill you have to practice for sure.
Okay. Well, Goddess asks, has a customer ever asked you to do something from their original? For example, not include some natural defect, broken, missing tooth, or to give them a missing tooth, like not including a pimple on humans. That's an interesting question.
Yeah, every now and then, if it's a customer that has a photo of a deceased pet, and they just have one photo or no photos, I've had where I've had to add like an ear or open an eye because the dog is blind in one eye. Occasionally I've had to do that. One of the ones I mailed out a couple weeks ago, it was a little terrier. I had to add an ear because the dog was, one of the ears just stuck up and the other one flopped over. So they wanted the other ear basically, straight up. So I had to add that. But yeah, it happens occasionally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. And this is one for me. How many Conwares did you have to bribe him to get him to pose? Actually, that picture there was off of, he was being annoyed by one of my ferrets. So that was definitely a little sad. It was definitely, please let her stop. Please make her stop.
Nice. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Ferrets and dogs are always fun. Okay, and then to you, do you have to hand out treats or toys to get your subjects to pose?
In the past, I've had to do that. Most of the time, the customers just send me the photos digitally, and so yeah, I rarely have to take the photo unless it's like one of our own, or if it's a friend of mine, that wants me to do the drawing.
Okay.
Yeah, most of the time it's just sent to me. People usually want the photos that they take, but yeah, it's happened before, but not often.
Okay. And Jackie says, I was just about to say, use a water-based paint.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Guys, you got some great questions out there, so please
Yeah,
keep them coming. Keep them coming. So you've done dogs, you've done cats. Have you done like birds, ferrets, or horses, or other animals like that?
That's yeah. I'd like to do some horses. Yeah, it's unfortunately just most of the people have cats and dogs, so I'd say dogs have been the most dominant of the selection. I like to do more outside nature type stuff when I get back to Georgia, like blue herons or some kind of big water bird. Yeah, I'd like to open up that door for that. But yeah, I just haven't had time, and most of the stuff has been for customers, so I haven't had time to do really my own selection. But yeah, I need to open that up.
Okay. Speaking of defects, I had a dog. She's long since passed away. That she had the interesting look that she had a tooth that was slightly off-centered, and that was her personality. She just had an off-centered tooth. So
yeah,
that would have been an interesting. But I don't think I ever got a full facial with her like that. So
yeah, every now and then you see those little dogs that they seem to be the little terriers that have that the most I've seen.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Are most of your portraits from a still pet, or do you sometimes get action photos as well? Like running, jumping. I imagine those would be interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back. Yeah, most of them have been all still photos, really. There's years ago I did one that was running. But yeah, either they're lying on the bed or in their favorite sleepy time spot, in the chair.
Yeah, or like a Jack Russell bouncing up like the standard Jack Russell pose where they're just bouncing up and down.
Yeah, it's definitely it would probably make a much better portrait too. I mean, if we could have an action shot.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Looking for. Let's see if. Let's see. Oh, I'm looking at your. Share this. I like your flashboard on your Facebook.
Which one is that?
This one.
Oh yeah, that was from the store. Yeah. Let's see. The two pit bulls in the middle were a puppy and the adult. That was actually. Do you remember Mitch?
Yeah, I remember Mitch.
That's Mitch's dog.
Which one? The one.
The two in the center. That was when he was a puppy, and then when he was an adult.
On the bottom, that looks so much like Snoopy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it does. The coloring does. And then the little Wheaton Terrier on the end. That was a a regular customer's pet, Cosmo, used to come in. That was him kind of in the making. And then that was another commission portrait of a king span. Which one? What's it called? King Charles. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, those were some of the very first color portraits I did.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they were cool. Yeah, the little terrier on the lower left right there, the little gold colored dog is the one I had to add the other ear to. It's very small, but.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I like the ad that you did too with the dog with the sunglasses, the logo. It came out really
Yes, thank you, Fet, for coming up with that design.
good. Very unique.
Yes, check out Fet for Hire, graphics designer out extraordinaire. Yes. Okay, let's see. Have you ever done something like The Dogs Playing Poker by Cassius Marcellus Coolidge or other silly situations? Oh, that iconic Dogs Playing Poker.
Yeah, that would be. I've seen those pictures around at different restaurants and stuff over time. I actually like that format. I would like to actually do that. That would be like a perfect gift card or a little postcard to actually make and take to like a show. That would be a great idea to do that.
Yeah.
I have to write that one down.
See, we're giving you ideas.
Yeah, exactly. Appreciate it.
Hey, that's what we do here.
Mm-hmm.
Give ideas and stuff.
Exactly.
Get to work. I am working. Hello, FKHC. Hello, FKHC 2005. So, do you belong to any painting groups that you exchange information with, or?
No, not right now. I'd say most of the like social media influence has really helped me too. And I know I've talked to people over the past that are just starting out doing portraits, and usually the most asked question I've heard or encountered is, what is your favorite medium? What are the different products that you use that are most cost efficient, but you don't want to go poor quality because then stuff can fade. Especially with the sunshine, because when stuff's hung on the wall over time, if it's hung in the sunlight and you don't have any varnish on the pastel mat, it'll fade. So you want to use the best quality, just so it'll last. But yeah, I'd say social media has actually helped me, instead of taking a class on which products and spending a bunch of money on different things that I don't like. I've asked other people that have been doing it a lot longer than I have, that have kind of influenced me by their art or inspired me. And then, most of the people seem to use the same stuff for drawing wise. The paper seems to be the only variation. I like using the pastel mat. It's more for pastels, which kind of holds the smear of like a pastel, kind of like chalk. But the color pencils I use actually lay really nicely on that. The color stays vibrant. It doesn't fade. It won't really smear, and you really have to really try to work hard to smear it. I mean, you'll get the initial smear, but you can actually erase it off and clean it up. But some stuff you got to be careful. Like, if you're using ink and it bleeds out, it's going to stay on there because that pastel mat is really absorbent. So that's why I just stick to the colored pencils. You don't have any bleeding. Nothing will, smear drastically. It's manageable, easy to work with. As long as you don't spill anything on it, you're good to go.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And to finalize your portraits, do you do any Do you spray the lac? Do you do things like spraying lacquer on it?
I usually ask them if they want me to do that. I've had, bless you. I usually have a couple. I've had just a few people do that in the past where they'll varnish it. Um, but most of the stuff is just people have framed and haven't really had any problems with it. But yeah, the varnish kind of gives it a glare too. Yeah, it just depends if they want it varnished. Yeah, usually they'll use you can use like the spray is the best way to do it, but you just don't want to put too much because then it'll you'll have runs on it.
Okay. Jackie says, yes, most artists are willing to share information with other artists.
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely helps out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, okay. Guys, any questions? And I don't think he probably could do a polar bear snort just to mention preemptively in case you want to have your quick.
Yeah, I like the one of the profile picture they had. The polar bear kind of you just see the nose and the two eyes. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool photo in the water.
Yep. That's our snort.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see.
That'd be one big pet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
9 foot tall bear.
He says I'm too shy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I want to show this one. I see from your Facebook. I see from your Facebook and webpage that you've kept your prices at the January 3, 2018 levels. Do people enjoy the great deals you give them?
Yeah, they seem to. I know I've had to raise the price over the years just because the supplies is cost a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, yeah, everyone has seemed to be happy with the product when the final product's done. So yeah, it's worked out. It's been a good blessing. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And that's to find out. We must know who is that little character right there.
That's Ziva.
That's Ziva?
Yep, she's 14 now. So yeah, I tried it on the paddleboard. That's actually a lake in Georgia near the house, and I tried to put a little bit of a grip tape on the front. But yeah, we have a harness kind of / vest for her, and usually when I stand up, the trick is with her. If she sees like a duck or a water bird, she is moving on the board. So then you're going to go down. So we just go to that little area where the buoy is. It's just a couple feet deep. So we'll usually bring her out and float her around. And once she gets settled, she'll usually sit between my legs and I just hold on to the leash. And so she can't really walk around the board, and we'll go around the lake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's a cutie.
Yeah, she is. She's a British Staffordshire Bull Terrier. We got her friends. Yeah, they're the dogs that they bred to get the American Pit Bull, basically.
Okay.
They only get maybe, I think their ideal weight's 29 to 38 pounds. She's about 34, so yeah.
All right. Yeah, because Snoop is Amstaff.
Yeah, much bigger.
Yeah, true.
How big is Snoopy? Probably 50, 60 pounds?
No, he's 70.
Yeah, okay. That's
70 pounds.
That's a good size Amstaff.
Yep, he's definitely 70 pounds of pure terror.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. How old is Snoop now?
13, 14 years old.
Same age, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for
Anybody
sharing.
else out? Yeah. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's see. So let me put your link back out there so people can.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see.
How long have you had your podcast now? It's been some time too, hasn't
Oh
it?
yeah, we are.
It's great.
2 years, 4 months.
Wow. Yeah, time flies. It's
Yes,
been
it is.
busy.
Yeah, and still having fun.
That's good.
70 pounds of pure cow ears and Scooby snacks.
That's right. Lots of treats. You always have to have lots of treats.
Oh yeah.
That's what keeps you happy.
Whether they're dog or human.
Exactly.
Yeah. Snoopy, if I'm over grabbing a couple of snacks, like a couple cookies, he will stand on the couch and just stare at me. So
Oh yeah, that's Ziva.
You are not eating that all by yourself.
Exactly. Yep. Oh, the dogs are the same in that sense. They want to be right there.
Yep. Okay. Staffordshire. Okay. That's right. Shire. Yes, Staffordshire.
Shire. Yep.
Yeah. Americans can never British place names right. Oh yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then there's the website.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Oh, glad to do it. Well, guys, if there's no other questions, I think we'll probably go right to show notes, and we will talk about what's coming up.
Sounds good.
Shows with Mr. Rain. Shows with Sandra Mr. Raymond, push the button.
All right, there. It is time for show notes. So, we've got this coming Saturday, in honor of the upcoming Valentine's Day celebration, where King Dolphin TV will do our annual Ladies' Night, where we let the ladies take over, and I'll probably be locked in the closet somewhere as they're discussing things. So that's what's coming up this Saturday. On a week from tonight, we will be back to our Fantastic Four reviews in honor of. Yep. Dolphin TV will be taking over.
There you go.
Yeah. If enough ladies come on, so she can spread the wealth. Also, so again, a week from today, we will be doing my Fantastic Four comic reviews, and we will be talking about, in honor of Valentine's Day, we'll be reviewing the wedding of Reed Richards and Sue Storm. So looking forward to that.
Nice.
And then every Saturday, killer. Let's see. Hello, the lovely Sherry. How are you? Welcome. Hope you've been. If you've been lurking, hope you've enjoyed it. If not, check out the replay and see the cool pictures that Adam did.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, and just so right now, every Saturday we'll be doing. I was lurking while I cook. I'm great, thank you. Oh, you're welcome.
You have a time.
Yeah. So every Saturday we will have Just Cuz, where things happen crazily, and as far as I know, right now we do not have any away missions on Saturday. So we will be doing our usual madness, singing songs, telling jokes, just everything crazy. So and now we've got some more further information about PodCon, where the pod invades Gettysburg, and Gettysburg will never be the same after we get out of it. Right now we will. We've got it either for June 22nd or June 29th. Oh, we just had spaghetti, Sherry. I'm making eggplant parmesan spaghetti and garlic bread. Oh, we just had our spaghetti homemade. The sauce was cooked up all day while she was working from home.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Ties on bib. Yep. Let's see. So, hello, Phantom Outsider. People come in at the tail end. Yes. Hello, Phantom Outsider.
Hello.
He says, hey, old chap, dancing dog, what about the polka polar bear? I would love to see Snort polka. Yeah, I would love to see that. But yes, PodCon is happening, and maybe either the 22nd or the 29th. We've already picked a venue where we will be doing it at. And yes, Snort, it is big enough to fit a bear. So,
right.
So we're good to go. Never a polka, a bear. So that is all the information right now. Please, if you got people you want me to interview, if you have people you want me to interview, let me know. So I give me their email addresses so I can reach out to them and we can get more of these cool interviews.
There you
go. Like Adam.
Yes. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Okay. Lord has one more question, or Legatus asks one more question. If someone requests nicely, would you consider doing portraits of Rugrats and or other humans?
Yeah, I could do that.
All right. And Jackie says, great interview. Well, thank you, Jackie.
Thank you.
It's always good when we have a great interviewee.
Thank you.
All right. So that's show notes.
Notes with Mr. Rain. Mr. Raymond. Raymond, push the button.
Okay, everybody, and I hope you have all loved this interview as much as I have. I enjoyed
Likewise.
myself. Thank you, Adam, again for.
Thank you, Raymond. I appreciate it. And Sandra.
And I appreciate it too. So let me say goodnight to the wonderful people who have been here. And we had Cobalt Bald Eagle. Thank you. We had the great Dalek 451. We had Tim FKHC 2005.
Yeah, thank you.
Jackie Krause. Please get me your information, Jackie. I'd love to interview you.
Mm-hmm.
We had Phantom Outsider. We had the lovely Sherry. And I think we may invade your place for spaghetti, except for the fact that I've already had.
Exactly.
I already had a nice thing of spaghetti and garlic. Hungry again.
That's right.
And then my amazing wrenches. We had the Comic Relief Crusader. We had Pudgy Hedgehog. We had Legatus Legionine. We had, as the producer, Sandra, Queen Dolphin herself. Thank you again. Sherry's inviting us. She's saying you're all invited. She must have a whole bunch left.
Yeah.
So yes. Thanks for being knocks on door with a plate ready.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So thank you, honey, for everything you do to keep me sane. And of course, last but definitely not least, the hardest working bear on the internet, Snortopoopas. What the heck is this? I don't know if I like this blue screen stuff.
That's
Looks
right.
like I'm looks like I'm transporting. Great show. Great interview. Thank you, Mr. Pask.
Thank you.
All right. So that is this episode of King Dolphin TV. Thank you very much for being here. And
Likewise,
love you all. And we will check you out Saturday. Have a great, safe week, and take care. Adam, stick around. And
sounds good. We'll see you.
all right. Yeah, if you can hang around, I'll stick around in the green room.
Sure.
Okay.
Where are you going to have the PodCon you were talking about?
It's in Gettysburg, and
Okay.
it's a new venue. It's a new venue that they just opened up. We're gonna check it out there. I'm working on the negotiations.
Is it a couple people doing it, or is it a bunch of people doing it, or is it, how does that work?
I hope it's going to be an invasion of the pod. So we've got a few people that are already saying we're going to be there. Someone already from Wisconsin will be there. So we're bringing people from all over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a festival, huh?
Yeah, a pod festival.
Nice.
Oh, let's see. Yes, we're talking about it. Yes, I'm still on. Sandra says, good night, everyone. Make sure you do a pod raid on Pop Culture Breakdown. Oh, and I forgot Snortopoopas'
nice.
I forgot Snortopoopas' standard. Snort. Okay. Snort says, take care, every human, dolphin, doggo, Dalek, ferret, eagle, hedgehog, and siphonophore.
Siphonophore?
Okay, you're gonna have to explain. Yeah, you're gonna have to explain that one to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody, you stay safe. Have a great weekend, and we will see you Saturday.
Sounds good. Thanks, Raymond.
Yep. Thank you.